Hey, what up, YouTube? What up, Facebook? And all the social media network is TMD Esports. We talk about the latest and greatest issues in sports and our beloved Cleveland Browns. Yo, let's introduce the cast. Chrissy Acutity's in the building. Chris, let them know what's good, baby.
Oh my God, I got a flamethrower. That's awesome. I love it.
No doubt. Aaron Sims, CEO of SMG, is in the building. Let them know what's good, baby.
Hey, it's all good, man. Love you to life. Let's have some fun, man. Let's do what we do here at TMD. Have a lot of fun, man. Let's do it.
No doubt. Jay Bizzle coming all the way from North Kakalaki. What's good, player?
Hey, that intro was dope, man. I can't wait to see me on it.
I don't know what I'm gonna give you, man. I might have to give you a sword and some knives and stab niggas or something. Excuse me.
Little like the stars.
The stars. I heard that.
What was Pete doing? Throwing grenades?
Yeah, Pete.
Throwing rocks. I hear throwing rocks on them.
No doubt. Wow,
Let's go,
be a crazy
man.
show. Let's
dope.
go.
That's nice, man.
All right, as you well know, we always start with Diggs Dilemma. The NFL world has been touched this week. Kyler Murray, oh my God, has signed a $230 million contract extension. And I want to ask y'all, how do y'all feel about this, man? He's not Deshaun, but I'm going to let the floor is open. How do you guys feel about this signing?
I think it's hilarious. I think he cried to the front office like, aren't I good enough to make Deshaun's money? Can't I get paid too? Like, oh God. It's just, I think it's funny, but I think that this is the track that it's going to go in for the rest of the quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think they pay on a curve. I think Deshaun Watson, by him getting that big deal, it upped everybody else's salary as far as quarterbacks in the league. Kyler Murray, he's a good quarterback, but to me, he lacks the height and to be paid that much. I think it's kind of. I just look back at the old great quarterbacks like Warren Moon and Kelly and Bernie Kosar and all those guys. I think just was born a little too early because 200 million for a quarterback who ain't much taller than me. Like, I mean,
man,
you know what I'm saying? He ain't touching 6 foot.
Yeah. No
okay,
doubt.
forget that. We ain't got to worry about these 6 foot. If he doing the job and he moving the chains and he making wins or he creating wins.
Okay, well then he's sorry then. Well, he's sorry. He's sorry then. He's sorry then, because he ain't worth no $230 million. Man, get that shit out of here. He ain't. How many touchdowns? Hey, okay. Who you play for? Who you play for? Who
I play for? It don't matter. I play the game. I know the position. I know what it takes. I know what it takes to lead a team, and it's a lot of scrutiny when you lose. But he ain't losing like that.
Right.
He's actually
what quarterback that didn't need height?
$230 million.
What quarterback that didn't need height? Name one. You know the game.
Russell
Name
Wilson.
one. Russell Wilson. He's 6 foot. He's 6 foot. Name somebody under 6 foot.
I was supposed to want to take this down.
I think Russell like 5'10" and a half.
Okay, he 5'10" and 5'11". He damn near 6 foot. Straight up. Name Michael Vick, 6'1", 6'1". Charlie Ward, 6'2", play basketball. Name somebody 5'8", 5'9", 5'10".
You know what?
Name somebody.
Doug
Flutie. And he could not be an NFL quarterback. He was not an NFL quarterback. No, he played in the Canadian League. He was sorry in the NFL.
And then he played for the Buffalo Bills too, don't you remember?
He played for the New Jersey Generals.
He played
for the New Jersey Generals too, didn't he? That's the only time he was good. He wasn't no good on the field, man.
Fellas, let's respect the flow. I got it. Everybody got their point. We get it.
1 in 3,000.
Drew Brees, he was not. He was under 6. But all I'm saying is, it's a point. If you can play the game, I agree with that. But it's just not a lot of them guys under 6 foot that have been successful, But me personally, I think he's overpaid. Just like you said, the man said, I think he's overpaid. That's money for a top 10 quarterback. He's not a top 10 quarterback. He don't deserve no. He whines. I don't know what it is about them OSU dudes. They like to whine, JP. They whine him and Baker, and they overstepping their pounds. Their enigma is bigger than they fucking ass. And that's all I'm saying. Right. But they gave in because they have no choice. It is what it is.
And the way I feel about it is what I said. what I said was, these great quarterbacks was born too early. I mean, right now that's the pay grade. When you pay a person who hasn't played in a whole year $230 million, like we did Watson, it changes the curve for everybody. Yep. But if you look at Lawrence Taylor's total salary for his whole career, and then compare that to Tyler Murray, and tell me Tyler Murray deserves that much more than Lawrence Taylor. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about whether or not he should be a starting quarterback, get paid like a starting quarterback, of course. But there's a lot of great athletes and real great quarterbacks that couldn't touch that kind of money. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's the curve, but it's going on now. It's, it's the trend
now. Yeah.
But I don't think Lawrence Taylor deserves a $230 million contract if he ain't in control of my offense that's scoring points. Your job is to stop people from scoring points. And it's kind of hard to do that if you got a great offense. And
but it was Lawrence Taylor. They won the Super Bowl with one of the worst quarterbacks as a Super Bowl winner. You know what I mean? Lawrence Taylor might be the best defensive player in the history of the game.
Defense wins championships.
I'm just saying one person is on the greatest team in history. One person is in the Hall of Fame. One to only be there if they play. You see what I'm saying? Kyler Murray never be a Hall of Famer, and there's so many Hall of Famers that's out there.
No, I disagree with you on that.
He got to win some championships. Who championship he gonna win? You making up shit.
How many Hall of Famers ain't won championship?
Shit, damn near almost all of them. Okay, but he a quarterback. How many quarterbacks in there that didn't win a championship?
Oh, man,
it ain't very many. You can think, and I bet you could find one. Because you could find one, but it ain't many. And Kyler Murray is not a Hall of Fame fucking player, man. I mean, he might develop to be one, but
look at his statistics.
He's not even the best quarterback in the league now.
Yeah. He, I'm gonna say this for African Americans though. Two of us now I can't spit it out. Went out and got that money. Now, honestly, if it probably had been a Caucasian, we probably wouldn't even be having a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Rodgers get paid, some people get paid. No offense, Chrissy, I love you. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes.
Does Aaron Rodgers make $200?
I ain't never gonna see that kind of thing.
How much does Aaron Rodgers make on his contract? Does Kyler Murray make more than Aaron Rodgers?
No. Per year, no. Aaron Rodgers makes the most per year.
Does he? He makes more than Deshaun?
50, more like 50 mil.
Well,
we ain't even nobody even talking about that shit.
Damn. Yeah. I thought Deshaun Watson had the biggest contract in the history.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I thought that
he
was
fully guaranteed. He's got a,
the
per year. Per year. Yeah,
I'm glad he got paid though. I mean, really.
Okay, so a couple seconds back, I was going to say, speaking of defense, because people want to hear what I have to say. You guys stop arguing.
Do they really, Christy? Do they really want to hear what you got to say?
We finally signed Perion Winfrey. Yay!
Oh, and you know she wasn't going to let that go.
All right, on to the next subject.
No doubt. Y'all wildin', man. All right. Let's do it, man. Aaron's analysis. Aaron is up. Aaron gonna break down the win probability with or without Deshaun Watson. Aaron, let it do. Let's do what it do.
Basically everybody knows Deshaun Watson, the best quarterback, probably in the building, definitely, maybe even in the whole league. They called him the Michael Jordan of quarterbacks last time he played. He was always an extra 2.5 on the spread, and that's up there with people like only two people is ahead of him, and that's Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, as far as betting odds to bet with him or against him. He's right on par with Tom Brady. He's right on par with a couple other great quarterbacks that's in the league. So, of course, it's going to be harder to win without him, but I think the Browns are equipped to win without him. I think the defense is strong enough where we can hold people under 20 points, and I definitely think that our offense with our running game, we can get over 20 points every game. See, that's what I usually look at. What would the offense average against what would the defense give up? And I still see the Browns on the better side of that. I even think if he say we'll just hypothetically say if it's 6 games. If it's 6 games, I think the Browns will be 4-2 at the end of that. So I think the probability of the Browns winning without Watson is very high because, for one thing, I think they're better than last year. as a whole around roster. And I actually I feel for Baker because, like I said, they put him in a position to lose, and it's hard to be a great quarterback in this league, especially when you don't have the height, and then now you don't have the arm. It was the same. I know it was his left arm, but the left arm is a guide arm for quarterbacks. They gotta raise it and drop it. In his particular injury, it probably felt like a sword in his shoulder every play. So what I'm saying is that the Browns were a game away from making the playoffs last year with Baker playing hurt. Okay, so now I think with these improvements on the D line, these improvements, these re-signings on the D line, and these improvements in the defensive backfield, I think the Browns are equipped to win and definitely be above 500 with or without Watson.
No doubt. So let me ask you, bro, if it goes to 8 games and Deshaun Watson is coming in week 9, what do you think? You think, knocking the rust off?
6-3. 6-3. The thing is, even if Watson is rusty, I think he's better than Jacoby Brissett. Even if he's rusty, I think he's better than Josh Rosen. Whoever, it's a lot of talk about him being in there, but as far as rustiness, I mean, he runs faster, he's bigger, and he throws better. I mean, people can argue all day about, who they think is better than Watson, but he's a Michael Jordan of football for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
JP, you wanted to say something, my brother?
Well, I was just going to say he wasn't as good as, Josh Rosen if he came in rusty. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, come on, even the best had to come in and get practice and knock the rust off. Mike did that. That's why he wore 45. He had to let you know, hey, I'm a new person now, even though, I did this before and I won 3 championships, but I'm a totally different person now. So, you gotta give that time of growth, and you gotta see the chemistry with the offense. Because if you don't have chemistry in that locker room and on that field, I don't care, who you are, if that team don't gel around you, you can't do those things you used to do with a team like that. You know what I mean?
Hey, have you been listening to the locker room chatter?
Yeah, but even if you think about it, what does a backup quarterback do? Sometimes he come in and rally the team. He's practiced with the team the whole year. And Josh Rosen, to be honest, he hasn't ever been better than Watson at any stage of his career, at any stage. And Watson did nothing but win. I mean, he won state championships when he was in high school. He even won the big national game when he was in high school as a quarterback. He came in as a winning quarterback at Clemson. Then he came in as a winning quarterback at Texas. Why do you think they got so mad and tried to set him up for saying he don't want to be on the team no more? Because he's just that good. I mean, he could come in here. He could come in here. Josh Rosen sucks, man. He been on 4 fucking teams. He's no. I don't want to keep
he got accolades.
Narrow shoulder ass dude, man. His shoulder. He wears. His suit jacket is in the 30s, man.
Come on, man.
Hey y'all, check it out. Check it out.
We're not talking about him anymore.
Hey y'all. Hey, come on, bro. Come on. Let's go ahead, JP. Let's respect the 4 people. Go ahead.
Who you ever been good for?
All right. Well, I was gonna say in 2015 at UCLA, Josh, was offensive.
He won a national championship. He won a national championship.
Or he ain't like he don't know the game of football. Come on, you got a person.
He just little.
You know that. So
he little.
System is gonna match or just for that particular person. Let me give you an example. Kurt Warner in 1999 when he was a rookie. Nobody knew where he came from, right?
And he was 30 years old. He just won the championship in arena football. God damn.
All right. But nobody knew where he came from. Nobody knew where he came from. I remember when he played against San Francisco and Isaac Bruce torched him for 4 touchdowns. 5 catches, 4 touchdowns. Guess who was the quarterback? Kurt Warner. He went for like 20 or 23 for like.
He just got off winning a championship, man.
He won a championship.
He just got done winning one.
Yeah, you guys argued so much. It totally took away from what I was going to say about us winning with or without Deshaun.
Go ahead.
What you gonna say?
No, I forget what I was going to say now because they kept going.
Y'all, come on, man. You got to respect me.
Right. Hopefully, number 1, Deshaun isn't suspended, okay? Hopefully he gets 0 suspensions, all right? So that's number 1. Number 2, our offense is going to be perfectly fine I don't think there's any problem with them meshing with Deshaun Watson, because all the chatter that has come out of the locker room and the OTAs and from the Bahamas when they went down there, everybody has had glowing comments about this man. Like, every single player that he's come in contact with is giving him just raving reviews. So there's no problem with chemistry there. I think JB was silly for saying that. Shame on you. I'm ready to get past all this crap, and I'm ready to play some football and, you know, stop worrying about suspensions, and, you know, we got what, 49 more days?
Yeah, we got time. Training camp starts next week. You know, we're gonna get a look. We got them.
You really want to know when it really starts? That's in 2 weeks.
2 weeks from tonight, Hall of Fame game. We'll be there.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff cracking. You know what I'm saying? All right, it's time for Christy's Corner. Christy's Corner is in the building. Christy wants to talk about the kicking situation with Cade York. Christy, go ahead and let him have it.
All right, my turn. Cade has been the highest drafted kicker since 2016, so that says a little bit something for him. I think a lot of people got to see the highlight of the game where he kicked the 52-yarder against the Gators in the fog where you could barely even see. But this kid, he's been doing kicking for his whole entire life. He was on a traveling soccer team, and he came out of Texas, and knowing that he really wasn't going to be able to play soccer that much, he wanted to get into football. He tried being a kicker, and it was like, but he's done really well. He did get a hold of Phil Dawson, thank goodness, and sat down and talked with him for about a half an hour, about a week after he got drafted. Phil told him about the flags on our goalposts, so he knows all about that. And this is really the best kicker that we have had since Phil left. I mean, to be honest, we have had crap kickers, and so I'm super excited about this one. And this one I have been asking for like 3 seasons now. BFO can attest to that. I've been dying for us to draft a kicker. We finally got one. We finally got a good one. I'm super excited.
We drafted one last year, though. The other cat, and they got rid of him, though. Remember? Yeah, they drafted a kicker before. Yes, they did. And they got rid of his ass.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
You know, it's something I like about Cade, though, man. I like his. It's not necessarily his cockiness, but this is what I do type attitude. Like, he has no fear. I mean, he just says, this is what I do. You know what I mean? Yep. And he takes it seriously. He almost had that look like he's an actual position player. You know what I mean? And you want that in a kicker.
There is a position.
But he don't tackle or run or kick or jump. You know what I mean? He ain't a position player. But
he's a position player.
Okay, he's a position player. He just ain't no athlete. Okay.
Oh, this is wrong.
Well, shit, where the fuck he is, he's confident in what he do, and I won't feel afraid when he comes out there to kick. I like the fact that he feel like he a part of the football team instead of some little scrawny dude that walk around and kind of, you know, look like he's a kicker. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's a position player or whatever you want to call it, but sometimes when you look at a kicker, he don't look like a football player. He don't have that look, and almost at the end of the game, they look like, oh God, please don't let it beat me. Now with Cade, I think he gonna be like, yeah, get me in position so I can kick it, you know, and that's what I like about him. He's
kind of, well, we were all excited about Jamie Gillian when he was, you know, playing for us. I mean, he wasn't our kicker, but
got his hammer.
I mean, he had that. Yeah, he had that kind of, you know, attitude about him, and he was awesome. I don't know why we got rid of him. I liked having him, but you know, Cade's got the same type of swag. That's what it is. He's got swag.
When he botched that punt, I knew his ass was going. He was like Thor with a helmet on and shit.
Flick too hard, damn it!
When we first got him in the preseason or whatever, but he you know, I see what Christy's saying.
He looks fearless.
Yeah, he put his head in there.
Well, who was that kicker that got kicked by Antonio Brown when he
in the face?
Pittsburgh,
I can't remember his name. That was fun.
That was wild.
Was that a punter? Was that a punter or a kicker?
Yeah, he was a punter. I can't remember his name.
He's still a kicker.
Yeah, call him foot face. Yeah. Okay. I asked that because I wanted to know if it was a punter or a kickoff. Because if it was a kickoff, I could have told you who it was. I don't know who the fuck the punter was. That's why I asked that. We don't know who he was.
Okay.
They got rid of his ass too, man. It's just, you know how the Browns do. But you know,
he couldn't get that cleat out of his face after that. I mean, come on, you can't even see.
It is what. But Christy, I got to ask you this though. it's showing proof. We get these guys, they hyped up and they get out there and they stick up the room. Do you think that this guy is going to be effective? He's going to be around, and the Browns are not going to. Of course
he is.
You know, I hope so.
He's been a proven kicker in college. He's actually still trying to get his college degree. He didn't graduate yet. The poor kid. He still needs 12 credits, and in order for him to get one of them, he actually has to take in-person classes at LSU. So I don't know if the poor kid's ever going to graduate from college. But he's got the drive to actually graduate still, even though he's been drafted by the Browns. So you got to give him credit, and I think he's got the drive to be a great kicker for us. And, he's got one of the best kickers that has ever played for the Browns as, a mentor. He's got an open line of communication with them. So I think he's going to do fine.
Yeah, we need that. We definitely need that. Now, before we move on to the next segment, excuse me, we got to give a shout out. Wow. And, we're trying to raise money for these kids. We got to give a shout out to the East 88th Street Little Browns coming out of east side of Cleveland. And if you.
Yes, my babies. I love them.
If you looked on the page, you look on our channel, we're trying to raise money. I got a GoFundMe out so we can send these kids to a Browns football camp. If you're watching right now, please, I'm going to put the links in. Donate some money to these guys. They're starting to come up. These kids are just so passionate. They love the game. They out there. I went out there, watched them, and it just touched my heart, man. They, the surroundings and the conditions that some of these kids in the inner city have to play in. So
I got tackled by them last October. I loved it. They're my babies.
If you're watching the show, go to that GoFundMe. I'm going to attach it. Donate so we get these kids into a camp.
Even if it's just $1.
Even if it's just $1. We appreciate y'all.
Don't make us play the Sarah McLachlan song.
All right. JB is up to bat. JB wants to talk about, Dan, we might have already talked about it already. The whole Josh Rosen signing. Okay, JB, what's your scoop on Josh Rosen, player?
Well, I'm just saying, speaking from a fan of the position because I played it and I love it because I know how important it is. I think he got a opportunity right now to showcase his real talent, even though he may be backing up, Briscoe and waiting on Watson, but at the same opportunity, he got a chance to compete. Coming from UCLA, where in 2015 he was, Offensive Player of the Year, I think those accolades would give him an opportunity to want to, go further and accomplish more. So the Browns did a good job on picking him up. But I really want to watch him and see exactly how he developed. So I kind of agree with what Aaron was saying earlier about the height situation. It plays a factor, but I think this guy has an arm. I think he has the mental capacity to actually progress and learn and implement his own skills and grow in his own skills. You know what I'm saying? He's still young. Y'all say he's been in the league a few years. He backed up a couple pretty good quarterbacks. So he learned a lot. So give him an opportunity now to compete for an opportunity to showcase his work. You know what I'm saying? So
I definitely agree with you on his intelligence. He definitely has a high IQ when it comes to being a quarterback. But, I actually believe the Browns are bringing him in to be the third string to back up to Jacoby Brissett. And I think as a third string quarterback, he's exceptional. I even think as a backup, he's good. You know what I mean? But if you got
Dobbs?
Dobbs is going to be gone. Dobbs is not going to make the team with Josh Rosen on the team. I think Dobbs is out of here. And I think that's the reason why they're talking to Josh Rosen. Because if Dobbs was good enough, they wouldn't be talking to Josh Rosen. You see what I'm saying?
They said they was going to carry 4. From what I'm hearing.
Well, maybe so, but do you think Dobbs?
You won't be around for?
Say you think anything in Dobbs is better than anybody in the room? Actually, I don't even think he has a little more athletic ability than Rosen, but I think Rosen's smarts and Rosen's ability to me, I think he's a good check down quarterback. I don't see him throwing a lot of deep passes, but if you look at the Browns receiving core, there are a lot of quick cuts and catch. They don't have very many people to stretch the field other than probably what's his name, Schwartz, or maybe Donovan Peoples-Jones. But when we talk about Bell and we talk about Demetric Felton and different little things I see them putting in for the tight end, it's going to be a lot of check downs, 10-yard passes, 7-yard
more
passes,
high percentage plays,
yeah, and Josh Rosen's mind could probably handle that. You know, I've seen Dobbs play, and he made me a little nervous sometimes when he was on Pittsburgh, but I knew he was going to run the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I knew he was going to run the ball. So I think it was a good signing. I do think he'll be backing up Jacoby Brissett. But yeah, I do think in his mental capacity, I think it'll help the quarterback room also.
Yeah.
Right.
So they was talking about Cam for. Oh, go ahead, JB.
I was gonna say, like Aaron was saying, I'm just gonna, piggyback off that and say it's good for competition at camp. It's good for competition during practice. It's good to keep each other sharp. So that's why I say it's an asset, because he's coming in hungry, and of course, Brissett has got to he got to make the GM really look smart, because they brought him in before Josh. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So Jacoby got to be on his age as well as Rosen.
And with Rosen being younger, I could see Rosen beating him out maybe. With him being younger and with the check downs and the screen passes and the layers and things like that, I could see Josh reading those very well. I could see him maybe even competing for that second spot because of that.
He is competing for that second spot.
Well,
actually,
what I've been told, Jacoby's the man. They're giving Jacoby all the work right now. So unless it's an injury or something like that, and I definitely don't want to see that. Unless it's an injury, right now Jacoby's the man. That's what we got to run with. I'm confident. I heard all this crazy shit about Cam. I like Cam. them Superman days, all that shit. That shit is good.
That rollover crash.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
That rollover crash.
Somebody got the kryptonite for that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his car accident was his kryptonite.
Right yeah, I'm in North Carolina right now, so it's Baker time now to do the.
You know what's crazy?
Right here now,
you know what's crazy? They talk about keeping 4 quarterbacks, and I'm wondering this: do you think the Browns quarterbacks are going to run a lot this year? Because I kind of see it. I see it a little bit.
Yeah.
And you said they was going to keep 4, and I'm trying to figure out why would they keep Dobbs, and that could be the reason.
I mean, if y'all gonna lead the league in rushing with the 2 number 1 with 2 of the top 5 running backs, why wouldn't you add a scheme where your quarterback could have the option to run the ball if the offense breaks down, the play breaks down? So
that's a lot of runners.
Yeah, it would definitely make sense to keep Dobbs as an option, and that's why Brissett is a 2-way quarterback. So I mean, the Browns ain't stupid. I mean, I can see y'all getting better and better and better every year.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, this is gonna be a run heavy. I don't think Jacoby getting more than maybe 15. They'll probably keep him 15 passes a game right now.
With that.
They can win with that, because like JB said, you got the 2 best running backs. That's why I keep hearing rumors talking about we gonna trade somebody, trade Johnson. Y'all motherfuckers out of your mind. Why would you do that? Chubb gets hurt. He has never really completed the season. Neither is Hunt. Why would you get rid of
all those stories? I had a member in BFO freaking out. She's like, "What's going on with Hunt now?" I said, "There's nothing going on with Hunt now. It's the lull of non-season. There's no football news going on right now, so people are going to make up any kind of drama to get the clicks, so that they can get the clicks, get the clicks, get the clicks. Hunt's not going anywhere. He just said a couple weeks ago how happy he is. It's not happening. Jonas Johnson, he's not going anywhere.
No doubt. It's not like Johnson getting 10 million. They making it like he getting all this paper, man. He getting like
that's ridiculous.
So all right, y'all. We up against the last. No doubt. Last question. Okay, so how do we feel about overall? We probably did that. How the overall offense looks right now? What do you guys think?
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna be the shortest. I'm gonna go first because I'm gonna be the shortest. Like I said, y'all got a great run offense, run scheme. Y'all just had that piece, that last part of the puzzle together, which was having a dual threat quarterback. And y'all got that in Washington. So y'all completed that piece of the puzzle to give y'all the threat that y'all need to go all the way. Defense, we ain't talking about it. So as far as I can see, y'all offense is ready to go and make it all the way. So that's it. Be on the lookout for Cleveland.
Aaron?
Oh, shoot. I think it's like NBA action. It's fantastic. I think it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be different for a Browns fan. I'm talking about when Watson gets back. It's going to be different for a Browns fan. I mean, I can't remember since they came back where if it was 2 minutes on the clock, I thought the quarterback would score. You know what I mean? Now we had that with Bernie Kosar, we had that with Brian Sipes, and that was the old Browns. But it's going to be refreshing for these young kids who never seen them play like that to actually have a quarterback we can count on with 2 minutes. And I'm glad it's multiple years because I think we'll win more than one championship with Watson.
No doubt. Christy, before we go,
I'm going to use my final thoughts to just repeat what Pete was saying earlier. He couldn't be with us tonight because he's working, but he's really excited about the Teller Chubb threat because he loves how Chubb gets down below Teller and they just plow through the defensive line. And so I'm really excited about our offense. I think it's going to come together great. I think that when Watson does get on the field, hopefully game 1 this season, that he meshes wonderful with everybody on our team, and I think we're going to do a great job, and I'm excited.
Yeah, I just was at Wyatt Tiller's church today. That's why I was down at Authentic Community. Wyatt Tiller's a great guy. He's a God-fearing young man, and he really cares about the people. And you can see that when he's with the team. Like I said, I was down there in Kent when they came, and everybody was rallying behind him. Everybody was going to Wyatt as far as the line. They was looking up to Wyatt as the leader. And when you got a great leader like Nick Chubb and another great leader like Wyatt Tiller, like Pete says, that connection, it's gonna like I always tell my son, you'll never take your accomplishments to God, but you only take your character. We have 2 leaders that have great character, so I can see the Browns not letting us down because of that. Mm-hmm. So good call, Pete.
No doubt. All right, y'all, and I agree with what y'all said. Man, what you do? You had turned the fan off or something, man? It went off and the humming just went away.
Oh no, I didn't hear any humming.
Yeah, I heard. I'm hearing it now. It's all good though.
Me?
Yeah.
No. I ain't even got
someone's messages keep going off though.
That's what I keep hearing. Whose phone is that?
Oh, it's Aaron because he's so busy.
No, I threw my phone.
You threw your phone?
I threw that mug over there somewhere because in case somebody called me. But
what about the other one? Right. You probably got 2 or 3.
I do.
He balling like Kevin Gates. I got 2 phones. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. We got to give it up to the sponsors, Botanical Brewing Company. I know Christy been waiting to pop it down. Get all your.
I already popped it up and I've been chugging it down.
Make sure y'all check the link. Get Botanical. To all the fanatics and all the other sponsors that we pop on the show. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We'll see y'all next week, and hopefully, we'll get a goddamn decision so we know what we can do. Because I'm so sick of this shit. It's driving me crazy. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see y'all next week. Love and peace. And go Browns, bitches.
Okay.
So we are.
All right. Hey, Pete, holla at your boy.
Have a good night, Pete.